Okay. Good luck with the slow descent into madness.
If you can keep up and you don't mind dying, come along.
Dance off, bro. Me and you.
You know what? There's something just extremely uncomfortable about a man your size sniffing a flower.
We're gonna need a new plan.
I'll give you anything you ask for. As long as it's not something I don't want to give.
Get off my bridge.
It's the Al Travis Show. We're lucky to have her. She's Shannon Watson with Majority in the Middle at MajorityMiddle.com. How are you doing, Shannon?
I'm doing very well. I'm happy it's Tuesday.
Because it's not Monday? What is the greatness of Tuesday, which still leaves three more business days after this?
Any day you wake up and you get to live your life is a good day.
Wow. Okay, Mary Poppins, glad you're here. Rest of us wait till Thursday. Get happy we only have one more day, but you're thrilled with Tuesday. Good. Hope your Tuesday's great. Yeah. I asked, it's I don't know, I shouldn't do this because she probably might listen. So I have this young lady that helps at the grocery store in town, and how are you doing? Absolutely great. And it's every time.
Yeah.
And then, how about you? And I'm like, I don't get to absolutely great. I don't remember last time it was absolutely great. When you're absolutely great because you got up this morning, I don't know. You can't beat it. It seems preposterous to me.
Well, who should be absolutely great is all the people in Wilmer who now get to listen to your show.
Nice tie-in. Well done by Shannon. Should have done that myself. Thanks to the Wilmer folks. Yeah, they're a 10th station. We're very excited about it. We appreciate all the stations that put us on the air and let us do our thing. And yeah, it was kind of a big deal.
I think that's a good testament to this format that you've been trying for a while, and all sides being welcome and hearing both sides and having some positivity. Like,
it's so funny.
People are responding to it. I love that.
I hope that's really true. The goal always was to try to get to 10, right? We started out with a couple and we were just going to try to build it, doing our thing.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, the resistance I get, and I will have to talk about this a little bit, the resistance I get now from others, the ones that are picking up, thank you, Al, this is good. They're liking what they're getting. We're being fair and balanced here, if you will. Sorry to steal that from you, Fox. Is the big ones. Some of the big players in the talk radio business either are all right? You can get Sean Hannity and the Shirley Kirks, and you got all them, or you got the other side, the CCO kind of guys, it's all left all day. And I hit them up. Hey, this is what we're doing. It's a little Minnesota thing. It's about us.
Yeah.
The program guys are so absolutely frozen with fear, with the idea that if Al Travis was on after Sean Hannity and he put a Democrat on, the Republican ears are going to explode. Their minds are going to go, and the same on the other side. Well, we're not going to put Republicans on. My heavens, we'll lose the audience we've got. I'm like, or you'll find other people can tune in. You're not knocking half the public out. It isn't radical. The problem is it's just common sense, and that's the biggest problem with a lot of things.
Well, it's a good illustration that our consumption of media has become so fragmented. It's like, okay, well, what am I? So what stations do I listen to that validate my experience as a person? It's hard to be challenged. And like, I find this in our work, some of the people that I talk to, and, I worked for a chamber of commerce for 5 years. So I still have a considerable amount of contacts in business community, and I did business advocacy for so long. Like, I get it. Businesses are, for the most part, enormously afraid of politics because of the divisiveness right now. And so they all say to me, like, privately, I love what you're doing. Thank you for like tackling this issue that we are fighting like amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
But no, I can't sign this.
Can I have my name there?
For Stronger Minnesota, or nope, I can't, give your organization money. And I get it. Like,
no getting it. Once you get it, then it lets them off. I liken it to this. Even those stations that have picked us up, I will get Wilmer will have somebody. In every station as they pick us up, you get the hardcore person that listened, and then the other side showed up.
Yeah.
And I will get an email. I can't believe you had he or she on that program. This is not what we do here in the yada, and I'll get the thing. And I like it at this because my first response is, have you listened to the whole show for a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
Because it's like your teeth. I don't know. We got 32 teeth, 36 teeth, whatever it is, right? You got them. You don't think about them. Then one gets hurt. And that's all you can think about, right? I got a tooth problem. It's the one. So that person listens all to the Al Travis show. 90% was like, agree with that, agree with that. It just goes in one ear, out the other. It's the one that hurt. Oh, somebody made me think about the other side. And that sticks in your craw like a bad tooth. But I tell people, if you give it a couple weeks, you'll realize, okay, Hoffman said that thing. Yep, he did, that knucklehead. And then on the other side, hey, look at this guy. You'll get through it. If people hang with us a couple of weeks, they'll realize that we're not trying to hurt anybody. The Hoffmans will say Hoffman stuff, and more than likely it's about music. We'll get there. And I appreciate you acknowledging it, but it's weird. And don't let them off the hook. These businesses that say, yeah, but. Once the yeah, but comes out, it means no. You're too chicken. You're too chicken to stand up and do this.
Businesses have customers and constituents the same way that politicians have constituents. And so, people vote with their dollar. I get it. Am I still going to ask? Am I still going to, ask people to, sign the pledge and do all the other things? And am I still going to try to give a lot of positive reinforcement to people who are doing the things that I think that they should be doing? Absolutely.
Yeah. And you should.
Yeah.
You had a thing. I can't find it now. That's on me, but I thought it would be on your website, so I let it go. But you're kind of like pushing this we can all do a thing. That's not the name of it, right?
Week.
Oh,
yes.
What we can do. Okay. And what week was that? Is there still time to do something in the week?
It is. Well, it was actually, the way it started out was, let's have an event. And then, well, one event doesn't seem like enough. And this was, of course, all in response to the shootings on June 14th.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have an event so people can come together and we can share resources and talk about how we move forward. And then there was just like, okay, well, there's a lot of people involved in this, and one event sort of doesn't feel big enough. Okay, let's do a week. Is a week enough? Well, maybe let's do 2 weeks, because we're talking about the end of July and August, and Minnesotans love their free time in August. And so let's try to make this as inclusive as possible. And what we wound up with was 17 days in the What We Can Do weeks.
Yeah, weeks. I saw the press. Yes.
And that started on July 31st, and it runs through this Saturday. We are still doing we have a standalone website for it, because it is like Majority in the Middle is sort of organizationally leading it, but it's this coalition amongst many organizations. You can find them on the website, but it's whatwecandoweek.org is that website. And yeah, there's we're doing some Zoom events. We actually even have an event that's scheduled for next week, after next Saturday, because we're trying to figure out, like, okay, once we had these weeks, obviously there's still more to do. There's more conversations to be had. There's things that we just haven't been able to fit into these 17 days that we still want to do. So I don't know if this is going to be an event that turns into a movement or what. But we've got a great conversation Wednesday night. Tomorrow night.
It showcases what we're talking about, though.
Yeah.
So I think I saw 1 or 2 politicians take the pledge.
Yes.
Right, the civility pledge, civil pledge of whatever it was.
Civic pledge for a stronger Minnesota.
And literally, they got chewed up online.
Yeah.
So now, if someone stands up and says, "I promise to do this better," your reaction on Facebook is, "You suck. You do." I'm like, really? We can't even be quiet when somebody pledges they'll try to do better. I mean, you don't have to vote for them, but when they get ripped for I was saddened. Saddened.
It is a thing. And we held an event around the first signings. We did have some people who are signing the pledge who are not, they weren't able to be there on the 31st. Again, it was July. It's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are some who resisted. There were some who I didn't even hear back from. But this is another piece. Like, and I will tell you, I'm usually kind of anti-pledge. Because
I'm with you.
Most of the time that they are used as sort of a gotcha kind of thing.
A sledgehammer. Yeah.
This isn't that. And this is about, there's some research around, sort of personal accountability. This is not me making a list of people and I'm going to, cross-check all of their social media posts and yell at them if they violate the pledge. This is about internally what you are going to do. So
This whole thing spotlights it, though. I mean, what else can you want? What we can do week.org, go there, the civil pledge, you see that, somebody's stepping up, at least, even if it only lasts a week, that's 1 week less of this stuff.
Exactly.
I don't see why there's a negatrometer, but I'll use this with you. So Senator Hoffman, friend of the program, came on once, and now between his lawyers and the U.S. attorneys, they're telling him, don't. Just stop. Don't want to ruin the case. I said, John, Senator, we don't have to talk about the case. Just tell me you're doing okay every Monday when you get on. Let's talk music. I don't give a crap. Let's talk what's going on in the state of Minnesota. And he says they just don't suggest I do it. How bad are we? Either if you're the U.S. attorney, if you think he can't get this guy, put in jail, put him under the jail because John Hoffman came on and said something during the, I mean, come on.
Right.
There's not that. But on the other hand, the world wants John to get some of this off his chest. We want to hear how he's doing. We want to hear that. Give it to him. If that makes your job harder, U.S. attorney, I don't really give a crap. But again, everybody cover their little bases. You might say something that's going to offend somebody and make it harder for me. You know what? The guy got shot.
Right. 9 times.
And I'm just kind of tired that the lawyers, the people want to sign a pledge, and I'm locked to it for like, just stop. We shouldn't have to sign pledges, but guess what? We're to that point because you people just act like fools when someone says something. Those two people that signed that pledge and then they were ripped on for doing it because of their past history, and you're like, this is what you want, a step forward. Give them credit. Pat them on the back for taking the step. Maybe it'll be, I'll take 2 steps. It's crazy what you're trying to do, but it's hard.
It is hard, and it also, like, the online trolls, the conflict entrepreneurs, the ones that are just trying to stir stuff up because that makes me feel like those. I don't have a lot of enemies, but people who make their living by stoking this kind of thing drive me bonkers. And then the other piece is, like, half of the people who comment on these stories, and I read the comments. You're not supposed to read the comments, but I read the comments. Anymore, like, half of them are bots. They're not real people.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any real people commenting.
I get folks that you're either going to hope Al's your guy or instantly hope he's not when they tune in, right? Or they're going to do this. Either, so 50% are probably going to hope I'm the bad guy. And when you start reading those emails, you can fall down that road. But I always just say, whatever I said, was it, 1, trying to be funny, and that could be wrong, and I can apologize. But 2, is it just my beliefs, right? And my beliefs are not going to be Shannon's beliefs, but if I didn't say them in a harsh or you suck way, then we're okay.
Right.
And then, so I look at those, and then they go, I can't believe it. Yeah, you can't believe it. Go away and don't believe it someplace else. I have no problem with that. I got to go to break. Oh, we're late. Have we never done this before? How late are we? We've got our Shannon Watson, Majority in the Middle, on the Al Travis Show.
Tired of one-sided media and divisive noise drowning out your conservative values? Take back the conversation with Braver Angels. Join a grassroots movement to restore civility and find common ground without compromising your principles. As a conservative, your voice matters. Share your perspective on issues like immigration and public health in Red Blue workshops and help rebuild trust in our great nation. Be a leader in depolarizing America. Sign up for free at mn.braverangels.org. Braver Angels, where conservatives, liberals, and independents unite for a stronger republic.
Do you have a closet full of old videos, photos, slides, or films? Regain that space and preserve those memories for future generations. Visit archivinglifemedia.com or call 952-829-8018. See how safe and simple it is to digitize all your media. Gain peace of mind knowing that all those important memories will be saved and can be seen and shared again. Do it today. Check out archivinglifemedia.com or give them a call, 952-829-8018.
you kidding me?
You know that comment you said to the radio? The thing that we got wrong?
Clearly, Brussels sprouts are the worst vegetable.
Call us and let the world know your thoughts. 855-257-7469. That's 855-ALS-SHOW.
It is Al's show, and I've got our Shannon Watson on the program with us from Majority in the Middle. Shannon, we have this program where we agree to disagree, and I love you for it, but since last time you were on, I've had a couple, more than one, people stand up on your side of this whole busing into the Capitol thing where you think everybody did the right thing, and they all want to do right by everybody, and that's Minnesota nice. God love you for it. But I don't know if you know this. I was born on the wrong side of tracks here in South Dakota, and I spent 6 months on the wrong side of town in Toledo, Ohio as a young man. So I've come from the bad side. I don't have this. I have to make everyone feel good about what they did. Someone broke into our Minnesota Capitol.
Correct.
With the door jam stopper thing.
Yeah.
Someone did not do right by us. And now the new report comes out this week. I only got 3 minutes. The new report comes out. We're going to make it harder. We're going to close half those doors down all day long.
Yeah.
So what? Could I need 2 door stops now? The guy still comes in during the day when the door is open. Rubber door stop, doesn't get found by the metal detector. I walk to one of the other doors. I slide it in there. We didn't solve a problem. I'm scared for our friends that work there. And I'm really embarrassed that that's our new answer.
I'm pretty sure that the checking of the doors is going to be involving a physical checking of the doors now, not just a visual checking of the doors. So I don't think anybody.
That might be true till you get bored. We had the shootings, and I'm sure they start checking stuff, right? Because we're going to have we start checking a bit. Then 6 weeks later. You're on your 30th day of walking around at 5:30 going, good God, I'm sure they're closed. Now we're going to check them every day, Bob. You got it, boss, until you're 2 years down the road and you're bored to death and you don't check them.
But when that kind of stuff shows up on the news, like, you do not want to be the one who was on patrol the night that somebody snuck in again.
But we don't know who that was, do we? Why do we not know who did not do their job?
I don't know. But I'm sure the people who run Capitol Security know. They just didn't throw their coworker under a bus.
What do you got to do if you put people's lives in danger? That was naked guy. Maybe life in danger is a little over the top. But if you're a crazy lunatic guy, he could have got in the same way, Bob, and hurt somebody. At some point, God, you and your happiness going to drive me nuts. You would not survive on the mean streets of here in South Dakota. I'll tell you that right now.
In fairness, I do have I'll disclose. Like, I have a law enforcement bias. My dad was in law enforcement for, I think it was 37 years.
No, do not use that on you.
So yeah, like,
don't use that on me. I went copping with my uncle when I was 13 years old in Iroquois, South Dakota, and it was a late night Friday night. Don't tell me. We stopped a guy with a headlight out. Don't tell me I don't know copping. So don't pull you got more cop friends. I'm just saying, Dave Nabbit, we deserve better, and I need someone to say it was Bob's fault. We got Bob trained, retrained.
I'm sure whoever Bob is in this situation got in plenty of trouble behind the, just in the Capitol Security.
But isn't that what we're saying on all this stuff? Someone at the Department of Human Services, didn't do this, and I'm sure they're going to be spoken to, and this new, housing thing where U.S. General thinks about 100% of it was fraudulently given away. Well, don't worry. We talked to Bob. We're not telling you who Bob is, but Bob's not doing. I'm not saying public lynching,
right?
But stern letter in his file. Maybe you don't get a promotion next time. Maybe you're going to be missed out on the bonus next month.
Why do you assume that's not happening?
Because nothing leads me to think it is. 6 weeks after 4 people got shot, we didn't check the door. And you're in the security business of these same humans.
People did not get shot in the Capitol. Nobody got shot in the Capitol.
Well, then why are we even talking about Capitol Security at all then? Because it's linked. They're the same people doing the same job. Yeah. All right. I got to go. We're out of time. You went over job and throwing commercials out like nobody's business. Appreciate you, Shannon Watson. Majority in the Middle. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. See you later.